Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here to recap first of a big mama series. The Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs, a big battle in the National League Central. And the Milwaukee Brewers take first place for tonight. They beat the Chicago Cubs 8-4. This is a more high-scoring game than I expected. I kind of expected a little bit of a lower-scoring game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Boyd pitching, and the Miz, Jacob Misarowski. Kind of expected a bit more of a low-scoring game. But it immediately started in the first inning. They get 3 runs in the first inning off Jacob Misarowski. They made him throw 40 pitches. So he was a bit of a struggle in that first inning. He gets up he has the wild pitch. First run scores, an infield single. Happ was going to be safe at first anyways, but then Misarowski makes the throwing error, so the run on second scored. So, but then after that, Cubs didn't get anything else against them. I thought Jacob Misarowski done a really good job, bouncing back, settling in after that really bad first inning. Thought he got a little bit right on that first inning, but next 3 innings, after that 40-pitch first inning, I thought he done a masterful job settling in. He retired the last 10 batters in a row that he faced. The last 10 batters he faced had that bad first inning, but then he goes 40 pitches, 16 pitches, 10 pitches, and 14 pitches. And he probably maybe could have went more if he didn't airmail that throw at first base. The runner was probably going to be safe anyways, but then makes the error. But his most important outing, it's nice to see. You don't want to see your starting pitcher, like young pitcher, get rattled, but it's nice to see him face a little adversity. But he didn't get faced. He come back, started rough, the nerves probably up. But the bounce back told me everything you need to know about him. He can handle the adversity even with a rough first inning. And he's already learned how to grind outings when you need it. Aces do that. They could have a rough first inning, but after that they could settle in. So after that first inning, he absolutely cooked. Retired the last 10 batters he faced. So good way to end the outing for the rookie. 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts for Misarowski. For the Cubs, Matthew Boyd. Somebody's mad like, shit, Matthew Boyd. He's been pitching pretty well up until this outing. Both these pitchers are damn good this year, so that's why I expect a lower scoring game, but Matthew Boyd he didn't have it. Especially at command. I mean, he walked 5 batters. Only went 5 innings. So this is definitely his worst outing in a while. He had a long scoreless streak. I believe 5. I think it was like 20-something innings. He had like a 20-something inning scoreless streak. Well, tonight he gives up 5 earned. He gives up the lead. They were up 3-0. He gives up 4 runs. He allowed a total of 5 earned runs across his 7 starts prior to tonight, and he gives up 5 earned in 1 start. They chased Matthew Boyd out of the game. They gave him run support, and just horrible timing for him to have his worst start in about 2 months. There's nothing in the numbers tonight but for Boyd to imply that we should be concerned. Like, pitchers are allowed to have bad games. Tonight, Matthew Boyd had his bad game. He had a bad outing in a while, so yes, it's a bad time to have one like this, especially in a really close division. But sometimes it happens, man. Like, he's had a really damn good year. He had a 20-something inning scoreless streak. You're gonna have a bad outing at some point. No pitcher's gonna be perfect the whole season. Well, unless you're probably Paul Smith, or Tariq Skubal. But yeah, it's 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts from Matthew Boyd. The command just wasn't there, man. I mean, even in the first inning, it wasn't there. They didn't give up a run, but even the command wasn't there where he walked the first 2 batters. And Isaac Collins coming through in a big spot with the bases loaded, and Tulane had a big RBI that took the lead in that 4-run inning. So yeah, the starters, Mr. Rasky had a bad first inning, but after that he recovered. Matthew Boyd could just never find a rhythm tonight. But yeah, the Brewers had that big 4th inning where they scored 3 runs, or 4 runs in that 3rd inning. A big 2 RBI single from Isaac Collins, who's been really damn underrated. In that middle part, about that middle part of the lineup, you know, the 6th spot, he's been pretty damn underrated for this baseball team, man. He's been a revelation for the Brewers as they've charged back up the standings. Like, he's hitting, 276 this year with a 127 WRC plus. So underrated. Man, Brewers have such a good lineup from just top to bottom. Well, Joey Ortiz, not really, but I would say their first, all their 8 hitters, their first 8 are really good top to bottom. Hell, even Andrew Bonds look good for him. So yeah, they had that 4th spot in the 3rd inning, and then they tacked on the 5th and 6th innings to get a 3-run lead. Then the Cubs put 1 in the 7th, but then Milwaukee got 2 in the 7th to pretty much put to close the chapter of this first game. So 10 hits, 8 runs for Milwaukee, 1 error. They had 4 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th. And they improved to 63 and 43 for the bullpen. It was gonna be a long game for the bullpen, having to cover 5 innings. And you go to DL Hall, one inning, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Nick Mears, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Greg Anderson, 1 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, 1 strikeout. Jared Cohen, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Abner Uribe, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Craig Yoho, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. And Miguel, 1 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout for Trevor Miguel. Dials it up to 101 to close out a big Brewers win. Yoho walked 2 batters, so they put in Miguel to get the final out at a 101 strikeout. So great work from the Brewers bullpen. For their offense, Yelich 2 for 4, a walk, and RBI, had a solo homer, scored 2 runs. Churio 0 for 3, 2 walks. Contreras 2 for 4, scored 2 runs. Yelich 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He had a home run. Vaughn 1 for 3, a walk, and RBI, scored 2 runs. I mean, he's hitting really damn good with his team. Isaac Collins 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Tulane 1 for 3, an RBI. Durbin 0 for 3, and a walk, and Ortiz 0 for 4. For the Cubs, they had 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 in the 1st and 1 in the 7th. They dropped to 62 and 44. 6 hits, 4 runs, no errors. Then out of the bullpen, Presley, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, no strikeouts from Ryan Presley. Ooh, he's just having such a weird season, dude. 3.79 ERA out of the pen, a 1.4 whip, and a negative WAR. He's also had one of the worst outings ever on May 6th, giving up 8 runs without recording an out. If you remove that outing, it's a 2.06 ERA, 1.3 whip if you move that one outing, but he's just having such a weird year. He's just not really good, man. Just retire. Chris Flexen, 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 1 strikeout from Chris Flexen. For the offense, Michael Bush, 2 for 3 and a walk. Tucker, 1 for 3, 2 walks and an RBI. Suzuki, 1 for 4 and a walk. Pete Crow, 0 for 4. Carson Kelly 0 for 3. Hyatt 1 for 4 and RBI. Swanson 0 for 3 and a walk. Warner 1 for 4. And Matt Shaw 0 for 4. There was one little threat where the Cubs scored a run, but they got thrown out third base. Just not really a baseball right there. You know, they started to get a rally going, but then you get thrown out third base. I know you want to be aggressive there, but that's not good baseball IQ. I thought that was the only other chance they had. I thought, just, you don't run to an out at third base. Unless you're really fast, then that was not worth trying to get to third base. There was only one out. But yeah, for the Cubs, they dropped 62 and 44. Let's go over the scoring summary. Top of the first, Mizorowski wild pitch, infield single, and then the throwing error scored the other run. Bottom of the third, Yelich double, Collins single, and a two-run sac fly. Bottom of the fifth, Vaughn homer. Bottom of the sixth, Frelick homer. Top of the seventh, Tucker single. Bottom of the seventh, Yelich with a two-run homer on a 72 miles per hour curveball over the plate. Was crushed. And 8-4 ended up being your final score. So a big win for the Brewers, man. They take control of this division for tonight. So great offensive game, man, by these two teams. Two great baseball teams in a close division race. A big mama series. So game 2 tomorrow of this massive 3-game series. It will be Colin Ray and Quinn Priester. Quinn Priester's been solid this year. Colin Ray, 4.06 ERA. I mean, he's whatever. That's his former team. So pitching against his former team there in Milwaukee. So Quinn Priester and Colin Ray. Wednesday is going to be the other big pitching matchup with Shota and Freddie Peralta. Tomorrow, game 2, same time, different time, 7:40 Eastern. So, yeah, that's all to say here. Till next time out. Peace.